you. So now, to deliver her keynote remarks, I would like to invite Vice President Fatoumata Tambajang to take the floor. Vice President, please.
Mr. Chairman and Moderator, Madam Chairperson, Honorable Delegation from the Gambia, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers here present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mohammed Jagana, President of the Chamber of Commerce, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor and privilege to preside over this donor roundtable. Sorry. I would like to extend to you the warm greetings of our President of the new Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow, members of his government, and the people of Gambia for inviting us to make keynote address to this important meeting. His Excellency has requested me to extend his apologies for not being able to be with you personally due to pressing state matters. Therefore, on his own behalf and my behalf, and the behalf of my delegation and the people of the Gambia, let us, from the onset, register our profound gratitude for this great honor. I also wish to similarly thank the World Trade Organization and all its partners for organizing the 6th Aid for Trade Review, which is an opportunity for member states to take stock of the progress made towards building the capacities of developing countries, particularly LDCs, for effective engagement through global trade. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, building trade capacities, improving competitiveness, and strengthening public-private sector partnership is indeed high priority in our bid to revive our economy and ensure that trade inclusiveness and sustainable development is a priority. The new democratic government of the Gambia, under the leadership of President Adama Barrow, has inherited a very weak and fragile economy since its creation in January 2017. In spite of the opportunities we have as a country, domestic exports have been underdeveloped and remained below 5% of total trade. The previous government made the business environment in the Gambia uncompetitive, and the private sector has completely been neglected. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the new Gambia and the people of the Gambia wish to use this opportunity to extend through your office our gratitude to all WTO members and other organizations that have supported the Gambia through the period leading to the recent political impasse. These were positive changes that we believe are the beginning of a new era of democracy, human rights, and a more sustainable and inclusive economic growth for the people of the Gambia. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the world is changing at a fast pace. The Gambia, also being part of the world, is also changing at a very fast pace. As many of you know, 2017 has been a milestone year with a new government. The Gambia is now looking to re-engage with the great international community and other partners. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our hope that the theme of this year's review, which is promoting trade inclusiveness and connectivity for sustainable development, will provide insights on how to accord our country new opportunities and further help strengthen the existing strategies to increase our trade and development. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why events like these are important, because they give us opportunity to share experiences, learn from each other, and forge new partnerships. The Gambia is organizing a side event tomorrow to showcase what we are doing in the new Gambia and the opportunities in the new Gambia. It is my pleasure to invite everybody to assist and participate effectively in this side event. Ladies and gentlemen, we in the Gambia are currently working with the youths and women under the Empretech program and the Youth Empowerment Program supported by ITC. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to reiterate that the Gambia government's full commitment to uphold the rule of law and democratic values, which we believe are critical foundations for any meaningful socio-economic development, particularly putting people, the most forgotten, women and youth, at the center of its development process. We are also aware that the attraction of investors and partners into the country will also be contingent on the transparency, accountability, and good governance. In this regard, the government attaches great importance to reforms, and not only to reforms, but the enforcement of the reforms it is going to adopt. We are already taking steps in this direction. This afternoon, I shall also be depositing the original copy of the Gambia's instrument of ratification of the Trade Facilitation Agreement to you, His Excellency, the Director General of WTO. With this, we look forward to the positive impacts of the agreement when implemented. Mr. Director General, let me assure you of the Gambia's appreciation of the good work that the WTO Secretariat and its member states and partners are doing under your leadership. We believe in the multilateral trading system as it remains the only platform that avails us all the opportunity to discuss and agree on multilateral trade rules that promote fair trade to support our development process. Ladies and gentlemen, trade negotiations are always tough and challenging, but with your leadership, we have always achieved great positive achievements. This has been demonstrated in Bali and in Nairobi, and we are here today optimistic that the WTO ministerial in Buenos Aires will achieve greater results for the LDCs in all critical areas. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to take up too much of your time, as we all have a full agenda this morning. The Gambia will be holding an event, as I mentioned earlier, to provide the new opportunities that will provide lead for the development of the Gambia. It is our vision that the first step in engaging our partners, particularly within the framework of trade and development, is a challenge, but it has a political commitment of his leadership, the President of the Gambia, Adama Barrow. Therefore, we are very hopeful that we shall not only move from this hall with lessons learned and best practices, but also to include and adapt these lessons and best practices into our development processes. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening the Gambia will be showcasing one of its very important products, one of its important talent, that is a musician under the name of Sora, who is going to not only entertain us, but show us the instrumentality of music in promoting not only trade, but development in general. Finally, Director General, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you once more for inviting the President of the Gambia and the delegation from the Gambia and the people of the Gambia to be part of this August gathering. I wish you fruitful deliberation and pray that God blesses all the efforts that together we are trying to forge in order that Gambia and other countries will leverage their development process, reminding us of the fact that good governance must be the centrality of whatever we do in the Gambia as partners. I thank you all for your attention. God bless.